free.
You can leave.
I play Marth in all Smash games.
I respect it. I respect it.
I think my main is probably Joker and Cloud. I mean main. There's one moment in like every year. There's like 1 or 2 weeks where I play Smash like a no life, and then I drop it for the rest of the year. And the reason for that is like I do. I'm a camp counselor. I do youth camps, yeah, but like it's like a gaming camp, like so it's like basically it's a week-long fucking a LAN party. We got like everyone has his own computer. Awesome. You can rent a computer, but you can bring your own computer. We got like a Switch. I always bring my own Switch. By the way, Azrael, you would like this. I recently, Dave has already, I got like a smaller dock for my Switch with built-in GameCube ports.
Okay.
And you can just put your Switch in there as well. The only thing I missed out on because they didn't have that version, it doesn't have like a built-in Ethernet port.
There is one with one though.
Yeah, there is one with though, and it has 2 USB ports in the front. And I use it with because there has always been some shit about like don't use third-party docks because they can brick your Switch. And then I read like as long as you use the original Switch power supply, you should be fine. Yeah, so fine. And you can also just plug in the power and put it in there, and it will keep charging, and it will also like detect the GameCube ports, so you don't need like a separate display. So
plus, it's also like it's far less bulky.
Yeah, it's so small. I love it. Anyway, what was I saying again? I don't know.
Camp counselor.
Yeah, I'm a camp counselor, so it's basically like a week-long LAN party. It's like ages 13 to 18 now. We used to have like to 20, but with the whole coronavirus thing, they are not going to put it like above 18. Should be all changed back next year. So yeah, what I'm a camp counselor. I make sure everything goes right. Everyone is nice to each other because young kids, they tend to lose their shit when they lose in a game. Dude, I have seen like, okay, so you can bring your own controller. Which there are a couple kids that know like I'm gonna play Smash all week, and they bring their own Switch, and then they don't realize that hey, I like one of the reasons I fucking buy both the character passes is so I have all the characters when I go to those camps. So like we have all the DLC, sick, but they still use their own controller. The amount of controllers I've seen flying through the room. It's insane. I remember one time vividly, one guy got so angry. He threw his controller like purposely like 4 or 5 times on the ground, like on concrete, to purposefully break it. But it was like one of those cheap, it was a GameCube style controller, but not an official one, like one from like Hori or something with a USB thing, no rumble and stuff as well, like a cheapo. And he literally just ordered. He asked me, "Yo, what's the address of here?" I'm like this and this. He just fucking dead ass ordered a new controller to play Smash with.
Brilliant. I mean,
he was like 16 or 17. I was like, dude, you gotta get some anger management classes, my dude.
If I was to, I'm a hitbox player. I've fully transitioned to the hitbox master race. If I was to play Smash competitively, I'd get a box.
That would be sick.
Or you get a Smash box.
But you can't. But Dave, you cannot change your button layout. Otherwise, you're purposely trying to hurt people.
Oh no.
Dude, we're gonna get so memey. By the way, before we start, has everyone here watched the whole Evidence.zip 2 video?
I have.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you might want to change the Twitter tags, the handles.
Oh yeah, good point. Omni's good. Oh, Jesus, that's not RMZ UK. Azrael, it's Cloud Azrael, right? At Cloud Azrael.
Yep, just me.
All right.
Evidence.zip. Oof.
Dude. Anyway, save it as much as you can for the show because we can talk about as much as we want about Evidence.zip.
I already want to say I just fucking hate Leffen anyway.
That's a hot take. That's a hot take.
Is it though?
Yeah, currently it is.
I still don't like Leffen.
I mean, ask me 5 years ago. Then I would probably agree. Not 5,
Well-
7 years. 7 years ago.
Oh,
I'll give my take during the.
Yeah,
I'll
good
just
point.
say this: he's a good melee player that people think is way better than he actually is for every other fighting game. That's my take on nothing.
Okay.
But whatever. We'll get to it.
We'll
Yeah,
get
we'll get to it.
He's. Let me say, he is not perfect, and there is a couple things I would like to see him change about himself, but those are like minor things.
And realize that this will be public. This is not like a chat between 4 guys.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be public.
Mhm.
So be careful.
Yeah, we're not gonna send hate to anyone. We're not gonna like. This is all mostly just discussion because the actual event that happened is so
Yeah.
batshit crazy. Like I don't think anyone.
Oh my god!
I don't
That video is so insane. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually like we'll wait.
By the way, I'm gonna send in a couple tweets. I'm gonna do an add everyone in the server. The trash talk. So I'm gonna like do all the announcements, tell everyone we're live, and then we can start. So now
Right.
live discussing Evidence.zip 2.
I watched it when it first came out, so
Yeah, same.
I might be a little bit fuzzy on it, like a couple of things.
That's fine.
That's fine. I remember it pretty vividly because I was laughing so much.
Smash players don't know
Yeah.
what fuzzy is, so.
You're probably right.
Wow, that was good. That was good. I like that.
But I saw like a tweet saying like, yeah, Ridley is a spacey.
Oh
Triggered.
well,
So is
Why?
Olimar. Olimar is also space.
I
Hey,
swear the
he's
average-
from space.
I swear the average IQ of a Smash player is in the single digits.
Nah. They didn't actually say it. That was like a meme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was a meme, but it's still kind of funny.
Okay.
Oh shit, I put out a tweet, but I didn't like tag y'all in it, so I'll just reply and tag you guys in it.
It's fine.
NickVee and Hecky. You gotta change your Twitter account, Dave.
I know.
Because
I know.
you're Omni, but you're also Hecky Recky. Plus RT. All right. Yeah, it is 8 p.m. At least where I live. For Dave, it's 7 p.m. But that we don't care about that.
Yeah. I'm the only English person here. It's fine.
Anyway, so I think this is a good time, if any, to start the show. So everyone, welcome to the Trash TalkerZ podcast, your quote-unquote premier fighting game related EU podcast where we talk about all things fighting games. It used to be a Dragon Ball FighterZ related podcast, but now we're like, yeah, that game is probably like a little dead.
It's a bit dead.
It's a bit dead. I mean, it's not dead, but it's not as alive as it was.
It is dead. It is dead.
But yeah, we like to chat about everything
Disagree,
fighting games. We got some juicy topics for y'all today. Probably the lion's share of the stream will be we will be discussing Evidence.zip the sequel because that was kind of huge. And if we have time, there's a kind of terminology discussion I wanted to talk about like terms like Shoto, DP, flash kick, stuff like that. And if we have time left after that, we can talk about how miserable E3 was this year and how Nintendo kind of saved it.
I don't think.
But that's only if we have time left. I think we with the first we talked we should have enough time, but just in case we don't have we're not quite done yet. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think it's just best to just go right in. Of course, as you all see, our lineup for this week is Omni returning host, NickVee a returning host as well. But our guest is from Smash fame, Azrael, a pretty well-known player. I think you're like top. Was it again top 30 EU?
I'm top 50 EU, and I'm the 9th ranked in the Netherlands.
Top 10 Netherlands. So you got you got you got a lot of experience under your belt. I've seen you win a couple tournaments as well, or from what I've seen, pretty much every tournament you go to, you at least finish top 5 recently. From what I've seen so far.
Locals, I have a good shot at winning. That's like whatever local it is, I have a good shot at winning. And at bigger tournaments, in the Netherlands, I mostly finish top 5 indeed, and sometimes top 10, and sometimes even top 2. So sometimes even win. So it really depends on the day sometimes.
Nice. Well, that's good to hear. So you might be our resident Smash expert. Why don't you just recap real quick what kind of led to Evidence.zip 2 releasing?
Well, I personally think that hacks has been when Evidence.zip, the original one, aired such a long time ago. After that, Leffen got banned, as everyone knows, for a year. After that, Leffen was kind of, getting back into the scene, redeeming himself. Well, for hacks, redeeming means something else. He saw it as something completely different. But what I'm trying to say is that Evidence.zip 2. So what basically made Evidence.zip 2 happen, in my opinion, is that the original Evidence.zip had areas of it that weren't distributed, or at least not distributed completely. So that's why I think it happened, and also hacks being not necessarily manipulated, but he had some continuing bad experiences with Leffen. So I think that's what started it for hacks to work on the second part.
All right. So, because from what I've seen from the video, what I gather is that the thing between hacks and Leffen has been going on for at least 5-6 years. In his eyes.
Yeah.
At least for a long time. Maybe not between...
I think much longer.
Yeah. Maybe not between him and hacks, but between Leffen and the general Smash community.
Oh, it has been a long time, yeah. In a long time. Ever since he was in it, from what I know.
Because we all know Leffen, and I'm gonna use a couple terms that might be not agreed by anyone, because I know someone here dislikes our boy William. I think he has had kind of a glow up the last couple years. I think he went from one of the most hated and generally unliked Smash or general fighting game players in the entire world, even being banned 2012 or 2013 for being banned from all tournaments in Sweden just basically hated by almost anyone. So when we look back in summer of 2020, being one of the big I'm not gonna say father figure, but being one of the figureheads of cleaning the Smash scene, getting rid of the bad apples, standing up for the people for the weaker people, and being I'm not gonna say beacon of hope, because I think that's a little that's a little much, but
now you're feeding hacks, just saying.
Yes, but what I wanted to say, because I talked about this to C4, and for those who know C4 is a violence connoisseur. He likes to partake in violence as well. He said from some of the things that Hack said, C4 said, yeah, I would sue. Things saying hijacking the Me Too movement to gain clout. Yeah, that's literally what Hack said, quote unquote, hijacking the Me Too movement to gain clout and gain people's trust.
I think what happens basically in that video is I think it's called defamation, where you basically talk shit about someone as if it's all facts.
Yeah.
To bring their name down. You can actually sue people for that.
Especially that last part. Saying someone hijacked the Me Too movement to gain clout and gains people's trust in order to misuse it later on. That's a huge claim, and that could actually be defamatory. So for those who didn't see that, because almost right after Hacks posted the video, Leffen actually tweeted he was gonna look for legal counsel. And after, I think a couple days later, he announced on Twitter that he was not going to pursue legal action, but he is not going to discuss it any further. So he kind of wants like, I don't want to talk about it. This shit's dumb. He did not say that, but it's kind of from what I've gathered, he doesn't want to spend any time of this because he doesn't see the what's the word I'm looking for? He don't think fighting this would be any benefit to him.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of what I gathered from his tweets.
I think it's not a bad move for him. Here's the thing. For the people who have seen it, will most likely know that Leffen was literally compared to Hitler. So basically, if he says, "Yo, I don't want to talk about it. It's dumb," or something along that line, like it works very well because Hex messed it up. In my opinion, even though some of those claims he made were kind of atrocious, he had a few good points.
Yeah.
Which I'll get into later, but he messed it up because if he didn't use such insane like the Dark Triad thing, the Hitler thing, the Donald Trump thing, like those were not necessary at all. And you all know that if you look at Hax's YouTube channel, he deleted the old Evidence.zip 2 video, and really? he uploaded a new video called Evidence.zip 2 revised.
Or revised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We got the director's cut. It's the director's cut.
Yeah, director's cut. But like, so in that video, he did actually what he had to do in the original one. If he did it in the original one, we probably had a better case. But right now, it's all messed up. He messed it up completely. So it's a good move for Leffen to just leave this be because no one will question it. No one will question it because Hex compared him to Hitler, and that's when you lose, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, one of like comparing someone to Hitler is like along with like one of the statements he made about like hijacking stuff and stuff like that.
Right.
Comparing someone to Hitler, that's not something you do lightly.
No,
that's not something you do like that.
Right.
Well,
sorry, go ahead, Dave.
I was gonna say whether you like Leffen or not, it's going a little extreme, you know. Yeah. It's going a little far.
Right. It's really far. You're comparing someone who plays video games to someone who gassed Jews. It's insane.
Someone who wanted to commit genocide, like literal genocide.
Cause the death of literally millions of people.
Yeah.
That's out of the question, and that's why I'm so I'm kind of disappointed in Hacks because there were I'm going to get into the points now that I was like, well, let's go into the hijacking the Me Too movement, right? So Leffen in the Twitlongers basically said, "Yo, I'm not out to cancel anyone, but I'm gonna cancel you." So basically, what I feel happened there is that Leffen admitted in one of his streams that he did acknowledge that he gained a lot of followers and Twitch followers and Twitch subscribers even during this whole movement. And he said, from what I remember, he said he did feel bad about it. But it's something that he couldn't control because he had to do a few things like the Twitlonger and everything. And without a doubt, we're talking about Zero here, who was like at the time considered not even considered, it was factual.
The biggest Smash influencer.
Yeah. He was the big guy. So canceling him, even though it wasn't Leffen's place directly, the person who had like the evidence on Zero contacted Leffen to get some ground, from what I remember. And so did he hijack the Me Too movement, or did someone contact Leffen, who had a big platform, to get across what she or he wanted to get across? It's debatable. I do think that Leffen gained in the end. There's no denying it. Zero was out. Like you had Zero right here, and Leffen was like right under it, and how big he was in the Smash scene. So Zero being removed made Leffen the biggest one, and Hacks made a very like that's just facts. There's no denying that. Zero leaving made Leffen the most prominent figure in Smash, the biggest following. But no, I don't know. I'm not sure if he has the most subscribers on Twitch, but he has a lot anyway. Basically, his words have a lot of meaning in our scene. Not to hog the conversation here, but I do want to say that
you're our Smasher. Go ahead.
to finish off this this part of the social media game, to top it off, is the crazy truth that I do follow Hacks in. There are a lot of things, as I mentioned before, that I don't follow Hacks in. The majority, I think, is just BS. But the things that the thing that I think he was correct on was the following on Twitter and blocking people. So Leffen actively blocks people that go against him. I agree that if someone is being malicious or is cussing you out or being disrespectful, I would block too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I would
fuck
block
them.
people.
Fuck
too.
those people.
And if you look at it from my scale, I don't have a very big following. So if you compare it to Leffen with like what 300,000 or something on Twitter, you're gonna have a lot of scumbags. I don't deny it. But I follow Leffen myself. I've seen Leffen block people or make people feel
Do you know someone personally who's been blocked by Leffen on Twitter?
Not blocked, but I do have someone in my midst who, like, I won't name anyone because I don't have their permission, but I do know that they have had a weird experience with Leffen, and I do actually still have myself, but not on Twitter, and I don't think it's a very serious thing, but he does block people actively, even if they are actively trying to go against him without being disrespectful.
Can I quickly interject?
Yeah. Of course. I'm done.
I don't think you or me or anyone is in the position to say who Leffen can block and who he can't, because
it's his Twitter account.
It's his time that he has to waste talking to these people, and he just doesn't want to talk to these people. He doesn't want to see these people, maybe because of various reasons, and I don't know them because I don't have a big following, so I cannot place myself in his shoes. So what would I do? I would probably block a lot of people as well if I got annoyed.
Of course.
So, yeah, in that sense, I wouldn't tell someone what to do, basically.
Yeah, we are basically in no position to tell anyone who can do what. Blocking. Y'all know Kamiya, right? Like Hideki Kamiya, the game designer.
Yeah, I don't.
You don't. He made games like Devil May Cry. He made Bayonetta. He basically is like at the top of Platinum Games. He's not the owner, but he's like head game designer. He is infamous for blocking on Twitter. Like, you ask Kamiya on Twitter, "What's your favorite game?" You get blocked.
You ask him anything.
Yeah, if you ask him anything, he has already answered in the past. He will block you. Reason is, he does not want to waste his time looking at tweets from you because you don't pay attention to what he says. You can say whatever you want about that, but he is in his full power, whatever the fuck he wants to do with his Twitter account. There's like a whole... It's a video from Nick Robinson's great. Like, he visits, like, he goes to Kamiya in person, and Kamiya shows him how many people he has blocked. It's hilarious. It's a great video. Go watch it. It's fucking great.
Watch everything that Nick Robinson.
Yeah, Nick Robinson's great YouTuber. Anyway, Leffen can block whoever the fuck he wants. He is well in his rights to do that. What I do think, though, is he is by far the biggest figure in Smash. Maybe someone like Armada or like one of the 5 quote unquote gods. They also have like a lot, like Mango, PPMD, Mewtwo King, Armada, and I forgot the last one. Yeah, Hungry Bucks. Yeah, oof, that's another. But like those 5 gods and Leffen, they have a shit ton of authority in the scene.
Well, Leffen's the God Slayer.
Yeah, Leffen is like the
Slayer.
God Slayer. So in some people, in some eyes, some people's eyes, he's like risen above the gods. So some people say he has more authority than them. What I do think though is that one point I did kind of agree with Hacks is that Leffen, let's just say 99.9% of the things Leffen says about Smash is probably true because he has played the game for so long. The thing I did agree on with Hacks is the fact that he did not want to concede the points. That the thing he said about the box, like switching the points.
Right, yeah.
I thought that was a very valid point from Hacks. If he has done like fucking ergonomic studies, he's talked to doctors, to professors, people that study that shit for work, they make money from studying that, like teaching that, practicing.
They make a living.
Yeah, they make an actual living studying, teaching ergonomics, teaching people how to like sit properly, have a proper posture, how to like hold things properly. And Leffen just outright refusing to concede that point, while Hacks and his like the box crew have factual evidence to back up why that layout is factually the most ergonomic way to play the box. And then when someone comes into Leffen's stream, vividly like disagreeing with Leffen, and Leffen just him like pulling up the Twitch control panel on stream to show everyone that he's in quote unquote a dumbass. I don't know what he said, but and just publicly banning him. I think that goes a little far. That is, in my opinion. I'm just gonna say this is all opinion. I don't want to get like a Leffen hate mob on me because I do. In general, I think Leffen is right now. He's a good guy. I guess he's not. He's all right in my book. I don't see him as a bad guy, but there are things that I do think he needed to be more open and more open to criticism and different points of view. I think that is what he could maybe improve upon a little bit.
So what? Basically, what I want to say to add on to the points I made earlier, I don't want to say like, oh, you shouldn't be able to block people. Obviously, you should be able to block anyone you want. It's your social media account or whatever. But I do agree with you on the fact that he should just try to be more open to criticism. And I'm not against Leffen at all. If anything, I think Hacks made a poor attempt on bringing him down. I think Leffen has most definitely improved over the years. But like, I do think he definitely needs to improve on, if he makes a mistake, there's nothing wrong with him admitting it. And I think he has, like, if you can show me a moment where he actively tells you, yo, I'm wrong, I would like to see it. Because it's like...
That doesn't happen a lot, I think.
It barely happens. So you can see that he kind of, he's smart. Let's not deny it. He's smart. He's a smart dude. He's good at video games,
He's fucking good at Smash.
He's fucking good at Smash, and not only that, when you hear him speak, a lot of the times he knows what to say. He's not like, he's not crazy. But I do think that he's sometimes a little bit over his head, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. You can grow from these experiences, but from the position where he's at and the people he's blocking all the time, he's only getting positives from what he's saying. And I'll get into that later, but yeah, that's my point for now.
Yeah, sorry, NickVee, to interject. I want to rescind a point I made just now. I used the wrong example. Saying a layout is the best is indeed stupid. Thank you for pointing that out, C4. A layout for a controller is always subjective. Some people like certain layouts more. On how ergonomic that is, though, that is up for debate. That is something you can study and can prove, but that is still kind of dependent on how big your hands are, how you use them, and stuff like that. But the other example that I wanted to use is the whole L canceling thing. There are like multiple ways to L cancel in Melee. And like Hacks made a point, L canceling with a certain button was more effective because you recovered faster. And with Fox, because if you did like a nair with Fox against another Fox and they crouch cancel that, they could shine frame 1 and you would like get hit as the character that attacked. And if you did the other L cancel, you will get away from that. You would not get a counter hit shine on frame 1. He showed me with like frame data and stuff in the game that way of L canceling was the better form of L canceling. And then Leffen saying, no, you're wrong and stuff like this. Then showing like the guy like on stream and showing what he has said in the chat and then publicly banning him, making like a whole ordeal of it. That was kind of the thing I had problems with, because if I would disagree with someone or just be like very annoyed with people that are saying stuff to me in chat, I would just like time them or ban them. Like, hey, you're actively making my streaming experience worse. I don't want you here. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna silence you, because I want a good stream experience.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think I do rescind my point on having like what the best input layout is, because that's always subjective.
Yeah. And in Leffen's defense, he did say constantly, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is true.
In my experience.
Yeah.
So, you know, Hex pulling out facts that Leffen is factually wrong, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter, because Leffen says it's in my experience. You cannot argue against that. It's his experience.
That's a very good point.
And it's honestly the fans' fault if they took that as facts. Because, again, Leffen said, in my opinion. So if a fan says, oh, well, what Leffen says is a fact, that's on them. You can make a case that since Leffen is like a figurehead, that his word has a lot of power or a lot of meaning. So in that sense, he could do better. But in the end, he's still just a person. And during the Me Too movement, he said as well, if you don't like me, don't follow me, don't listen to me, because I'm a normal human being. I make mistakes as well. And to go in more in depth with hacks, another point, which I thought was very funny. Like, at first, Hex says this, yeah? He says, Leffen is a human, he makes mistakes, so don't listen to him. Don't take his word for fact. And then later on, he makes an argument, I'm not really sure which one it was. I think it was about the box, where Leffen said, in my opinion, blah, 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 this is wrong, I would use this button. And then Hex argues it as if Leffen said it as a fact. So in the beginning, he said, don't listen to Leffen as if it was facts, and then later on in the video...
Then he listens to Leffen.
Yeah, as if it was facts. So that was kind of funny.
What cracked me the fuck up, what actually like had me... I'm not going to say laughing in tears, but I laughed so hard. The fucking Adidas shirt.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
okay, so for those who don't know, for those who are not in the know, apparently Hacks had a very successful run. I think it was in Genesis, one of the Genesis tournaments. And then Hacks wore bright red with white stripes Adidas sweatpants. They were nice sweatpants. I like them. I wanna get those sweatpants.
Good.
Yo, those are fucking sick. Those are
sweet,
actually
baby.
sick. I really want to get those pants. They look comfy as fuck, and that's what I care about. I don't care what my clothes are. I'm fucking wearing a Looney Tunes tank top with fucking Bugs Bunny on it. I don't care what's on it, as long as my clothing is comfortable, and with this temperature I don't sweat like all over the place. Fucking hit me up.
You should buy a Dutchies esports shirt. They breathe really well. It's very good clothing.
Soner's
getting. Oh, he's gonna get it. Yeah. Should I get mine as well? Hang on.
But okay, I'm gonna continue the story. Okay, so but those pants apparently, according to Hacks, were like synonymous with his Genesis run. Apparently, those pants were like associated with Hacks. He was known for using those pants. And a couple months later, nice shirts. And a couple months later,
I got an old one.
Oh, you got an old one?
Yeah, I got a new one, but I can't find it. So I like this one a lot. There you go.
Still sick.
It's pretty nice.
But okay, so I think a couple months later, Leffen was wearing a red Adidas like sweater or shirt, the same type as like the pants Hex was wearing, and Hex was like, yeah, he's wearing that to taunt me, to actively engage Like saying that he is the better player, dude. What are you even kidding, dude? I was laughing so hard.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, but like I remember him wearing it when he was actively like judging the box. Like it was weird, but it's obviously just a coincidence. Like there's no like it shows that the hack was kind of like kind of in his own head with his whole thing. He was like grasping for like the craziest throw.
I talked about. Oh, by the way, Azrael, who's that in your Twitter profile pic? Who is that?
That's Akashi.
Is he a good or a bad guy?
Debatable.
Because we all know that the character that is our avatar is who we want to be.
Okay. Basically,
right?
Akashi is from Kuroko no Basket band, and to make sure you guys don't think I am comparable to Donald Trump, Akashi Sejiro is like this basketball player, and he's like insanely broken.
Dude, why does he has? It looks like he has a Sharingan.
He like this guy. He can see into the future in basketball.
Yeah, Kuroko no Basket is fucking insane.
It sounds like Naruto crossed with like NBA.
There's other character called Midorima, and this guy can shoot threes from any point on the court. Any point on the court, he just goes in. It's insane.
I should fucking watch sports anime, dude.
Bro, okay. I have been ranting about the people need to watch sports anime for fucking years, and I need to fucking rant about it. I have been fucking keeping up with EPO since I was goddamn 11 years old. Okay.
11. Jesus.
Yeah. I was like chapter 800 when I started like keeping up with it, and it's still not good.
Yeah, but yeah, we all know that. Oh, and a thing that fucking that C4 brought up as well, that I also laughed so much at, is that in one of the discords, Leffen used like 2 dashes or 2 underscored as his tag, so he would be on the top of the list. So he would be quote unquote above everyone else.
There's so much like.
But
who gives a shit?
I talked about this with C4 because like C4 watched it as well, because as we said, C4 likes his violence. We both like agreed that Hax probably needs to find himself some counseling, because what he did was not healthy. Like mentally, the way he kept it's like he's allowing himself to get eaten up by the things he's telling himself.
Well, yeah, but like, I have this theory on like, I don't know how long he's been working on Evidence.zip 2, but we do know that we've been in a pandemic for the last like 1.5 years. So there might be a chance that he was working on his Evidence.zip 2 thing, had way too much time on his hands, and like, you know, went on some crazy movement on like, you know, finding things that shouldn't be there, you know, that aren't really there, and kind of getting in his own head. And I don't think he's directly like crazy or like just like how he's like allowed to have an opinion, right?
Yeah.
And I think, well, he's kind of batshit crazy in that like document, you know. But like, I do think that he might, maybe because of the pandemic. That's my theory. Maybe because of the pandemic, he got a little bit over his head.
The pandemic has done a lot, like, to everyone. I mean, I've gained I've gained a lot of weight. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I've gained some weight, and I'm not happy about that. I've been very self-conscious about it, and I mean, it's not super affecting my mental health, but it is something that I keep in mind.
Yeah.
And
I'm jealous though.
Yeah. Jealous about me gaining weight? What?
Bro, I'm a straw. I'm a straw, bro. I'm like 5'11", and I weigh like, what, 60 kilos? Bro.
Dude, fucking trade with me. I wanna go. I wanna go to Burger King and like eat without feeling fucking dirty.
I eat Kapsalon, and the next day I lose weight.
Oh, yo, Azrael. Dave, you know what a Kapsalon is, right?
I think so. I think I do.
It is so insane to me that only the Netherlands really know what a capsalon is.
It's
That's
so good,
insane to me. Because like apparently in the UK kebabs are like huge. Like in every single like town, city, place, whatever random place you're at, there's at least one kebab. Yeah, there's one kebab shop, and they don't know what a capsalon is. I told C4 what it was, and he was like, "Yo, if I ever come to the Netherlands, I need to get me some of that."
It's really good.
It's some of the best food I've. It's actually so like. Do you ever like eat something and then you like, oh, I hate myself, but I love that I'm hating myself right now.
Let me just Google capsalon.
Look, it's basically Dutch for hairdresser.
Yes.
Yeah,
hairdresser.
Yes,
and
I've seen this.
They named it this because it was a hairdresser that actually like invented the dish.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up on stream for people that don't.
Pan told me about this.
Oh, that's a tier list. Oopsie. And the scene's all messed up. That scene's all messed up. Not doing it.
Kebab tier list. We're not doing this on stream.
Okay, so for those who don't know, a capsalon is basically you have a metal tray, a small metal tray. On the bottom, there's either fries or potato slices. They are fried. Very important. Above that, kebab meat, either chicken or the other kind. I forget what it's called in English.
Lamb.
Either chicken or lamb. Just on top of it. Yeah.
And then cheese.
And then like molten. It molten. They put cheese on that, and that goes in the oven for a couple minutes. Comes out of the oven. They put lettuce, tomato, zucchini, whatever stuff like that. They put it. Basically a salad. A lot of vegetables. I don't like my vegetables, and I have like a very weird allergy to tomatoes, so I just take it all off. I mean, that's the reason why I gained weight, dude.
Bro,
anyway,
eat your greens, man.
I do eat my greens, but I don't like the texture of salads. But that's something completely different. Anyway,
tomatoes are reds, so.
Anyway, they put like basically a salad on top of that to like balance like the grease and the fat from the other two things. And on top of that, on top of the salad, you put garlic sauce.
King shit.
It's like the best worst thing you can eat.
It's the perfect thing you can eat after a night of clubbing.
After tournaments.
After tournaments. Actually, I disagree. If you're in Rotterdam and there are spots open, Takumi is the best after tournament food.
Takumi is good.
Takumi is a very good Japanese. Very good Japanese food.
Next time I go to the Netherlands, I gotta come here. Oh my god, 9! Oh my god, sorry, Bernie Games just said I can confirm. I'm saying 9 YCS Yu-Gi-Oh games capsule saves you, bro.
Yeah.
Having to play like fucking Eldritch like 8 times out of those 9 games. Oh, I think I'd need one of them as well.
Yeah. But yeah, is there anything else we kind of want to discuss about like the whole Evidence.zip 2 thing? Because I mean, we only I want to say like the video is 2.5 hours long. I feel like we only like kind of scratched the surface about everything that was said.
I do have to give ourselves a little bit of like a break because, to be honest, I'm gonna be really, really real. When you asked me to come on here on this podcast to talk about it, I was like, well, there's like 20% of it that's like worth discussing. The rest is like weird, dark, triad, like weird stuff.
Conspiracy theories, shit.
Yeah, conspiracy theory things. And what I want to say about the whole thing. Is that it's something that should have been actually discussed privately.
Yeah.
I think Hack should have, again, contacted the people who were in charge of the original Evidence.zip thing, Armada, and all this stuff, and, try again, or at least get something moving so he doesn't look like a jackass that he does right now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that I'm sorry for calling him a jackass. I don't think he's a jackass. I actually
allegedly.
I think he's a nice guy. I just think he was a little bit over his head with this thing, and I forgive him for it. I don't think it's
I think it's important to point out that both of these people are not inherently bad people. They are the reason Hags did whatever it was, is that he in his eyes, he thought there was like a danger over the Smash scene, and he felt like he had to point it out to make the scene a better place. Inherently, it's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. If you see, because a lot of people, they see something bad happen and they just kind of like they chicken out because they're afraid to get caught in the crossfire or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he made like a huge step. I think it was very brave of him.
Very brave.
To did whatever he did. Was it executed well? Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no. I don't think it could have gone any worse as it did.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think that it's very brave, and I do think in the end you should, if Hacks truly feels that this is an issue, he should be able to use his platform to try and at least do something with it. Oh my god, I think
allegedly.
I think that Hacks does make a few good points on Leffen making a few decisions that are kind of like I think Leffen. Yeah, I do think Leffen like. Let's make a small analogy. Like, if we can all say when Evidence.zip 1 was released, we all thought Leffen was bad. Yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, it had solid evidence. There were like solid piece of evidence where you could actually like, visibly see like this guy is not very nice. Where he actually he made it a point to be not nice.
Right. So I think that even though Leffen has grown a lot, that doesn't mean automatically that he isn't that person anymore. He will still have, like, a lot of things that he might hide from the public. And I think everyone does that, but it's like there's a whole different discussion.
Everyone has their skeletons.
Everyone literally has, like, even Beyonce has something, that's upside down, my friend.
No, it actually reversed.
It's not for me.
It is for us. The first one was correct.
Then it's Discord's fault.
Oh, okay.
Blame Discord.
Anyway, I think that Leffen probably still has his skeletons. He's probably has a few bad habits he still has. But, like, it's okay.
But then again, everyone does.
Everyone does.
Literally everyone.
He's human.
Yeah,
he's human.
He might be a god slayer, but he's still human.
Yes.
And it's not, like you said, it's not a bad thing to make mistakes. But what I do think is important is that whenever you do make mistakes, you publicly acknowledge them, that you make mistakes. That
right.
You do.
And I think Leffen is failing that.
I think he could do better in that as well. I do agree with that.
Yes.
I wouldn't say outright fail, but that's your opinion, which you are completely entitled to.
Yes.
But I do think he can definitely improve on that. But then again, nobody's perfect.
Yeah. I agree. I think
except for Nagoriyuki. He's perfect.
He's built different.
He's just built different. He's built different. Yeah. But is there? I mean, as you said, one thing that also just cracked me the fuck up and also kind of made me angry. You fucking used Ace Attorney music.
Yeah.
I cannot hear that music again. Yeah, and then because I haven't played all the Ace Attorney games yet. I still need to play a couple of them. Whenever I hear that music, I have to think. I think about that video. That music has been ruined for me.
Yeah.
That is one thing I do. I'm very angry about that.
I do think that he went a little bit too anime on it, and that's just too bad.
The thing is, as well,
he messed it up.
Yeah,
he messed it up.
Hacks did not even edit the video himself. There was a guy that edited the video for him. So I was talking about C4, talking to C4 about that. If we said, if we were his editor, we would have been like, yo, no, I'm not gonna do this. You got to stop.
Really?
Well, money is money, bro.
Fuck it, dude.
I mean,
money,
true,
bro.
but you gotta have like morals.
How much money you would get for like editing a 2-hour video?
I mean, depending on the rates, like depending on the amount of money, it's dicey, dude.
I actually am a video editor, and I took a part-time job recently. Shout out to Damascus, by the way. It depends on like how much effort you want to put in, how much worth your time is. Like, I think like every veteran video editor can ask, who is freelance, by the way, can ask like 70 euros per hour.
70?
Right?
Like 70?
70 per hour.
That's all. That's a lot.
A lot. Yep,
Yeah.
but you have to pay for programs and your rent and everything. That's all calculated into that. But if you're like a student, and I think is most likely have been a student, right, who just wanted to earn money. So he's not gonna be like, oh, you probably shouldn't say this. So maybe he got like 500 euros for the entire video.
And it might be a fan of hacks as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Could have been done for free as well. Who knows?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You get exposure, dude.
Yeah.
You get exposure.
I pay in exposure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can definitely pay my rent with exposure bucks.
Yeah, I'll tell my my landlord that I'll pay him in exposure.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably the best point to like end the whole Evidence.zip discussion, because even though we do like clowning, I mean, we are kind of clowning about the whole video.
We are
not the whole video. There are like two or three valid points that I think hacks made, which is like 5% of the whole video. But
oh my God.
I do agree with I don't remember who said it, but I think it was Nick who said that this situation should have been handled privately.
That was me.
Yeah. Oh, that was you. Sorry, Azrael. But
No problem.
This situation should have been handled privately, not publicly, because even though hacks kind of wanted to cancel Leffen, I think it did the completely opposite thing. I think Leffen only got bigger.
I think it was hilarious. I loved everything.
It was hilarious. That's true. It was.
It was so entertaining. I can't believe it. Every time I saw like the picture of like Donald Trump and like the China leader and like Hitler, I was like, bro, I was dying.
Yeah,
like,
it's fucking funny.
I was like, damn, dude. But yeah, that's what I think. It was just he had a few good points. He messed up the rest, and he used terrible examples. That's what I think.
I feel bad for Leffen and well, because I know his girlfriend Jen. I feel bad for them, though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're wonderful people, both of them, and it's just fucked up to be honest for them as well. So,
and I think it's a good. I think Leffen made the right call by being the bigger man, and just simply like he did acknowledge it, but that was it. He didn't go into it. He actively said like, "Don't bring this up in stream because you will be timed out," or whatever. I think I don't think that was he said, but he made it public on Twitter, like, don't talk about this on stream.
Well, maybe Hex got a point. No, I'm joking.
Dude, someone cue the fucking X-Files music.
Yeah, bro, we're going crazy. Nah, I think, in my opinion, it's just a smart move. Yeah. If Hex did it correctly, Leffen would have to respond, and he doesn't have to respond anymore. So it's all out of the window. GG.
He literally could have said, "This is dumb," and it's over.
Get wrecked. Ratio. Yeah. It's done.
Yeah, get ratioed.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, that's mine.
And I gotta be honest, like the way this like just sizzled. There was the video. Yeah. There was a huge shitstorm on Twitter with just people laughing. I watched Majin Obama stream. That was fucking hilarious. Majin Obama is unironically one of the most funny people to follow on Twitter. He is so fucking funny.
Majin Obama, what a name.
His Twitter handle is not even like @Majin Obama. It's like something weird. But his Twitter takes are fucking fire. Fire. You should follow him. And his videos and his streams are fucking hilarious.
You should also follow Leon Massey. Leon Massey comes out with some very funny takes
Yes, Leon Massey made like fucking huge. I mean, his videos about like Guilty Gear archetypes was hilarious to me.
Yeah.
Lionel Messi.
not Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi.
That's the football player. Anyway, I think this is like probably the best time to just wrap up the Evidence.zip discussion, because I don't think there's any much else we can talk about that. But there's another very spicy violence-based topic that I want to get into, because I actually normally, and Nick and Dave know this, I normally don't partake in violence.
No, you're very passive.
I am very passive. If I do discuss it, it is in my social circles. It is not on Twitter. But let me tell you, when that Kazuya reveal was dropped for Smash, and I fucking saw Hungrybox, I am calling someone out. Hungrybox, I'm calling you out. When I saw him, saying that Kazuya is a Shoto because he said, quote unquote, a Shoto in Smash the term is colloquially agreed that a Shoto is a character that comes from a fighting game based franchise.
It's not what a Shoto is. It's not what a Shoto is.
And I was like, because there's been kind of a build up to like the whole Twitter thread I made. It was because people started calling Leo's reversal a DP. That is factually wrong.
I did it today. I was playing against Pants. I was literally playing against Panzerfan. We're having some Guilty Gear sets, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's fucking DPing me! Stop fucking DPing me!" It was like, actually, it's not a DP.
But no, okay, Dave. We are commentators. The reason I get so worked up over that is that we need to use correct terminology. Because some people some people don't know what we're talking about. Because there is a big difference between a DP or a Shoryuken, a Dragon Punch, and a Flash Kick. Because a Flash Kick, you have to charge up. You need to hold down for 60 frames. At least that's how it works in Street Fighter. You need to hold down for 60 frames, then go up, press kick. That means you cannot do that move willy-nilly. You cannot throw that out. A Shoryuken is done by doing a forward, down, down, forward motion, which you can do anytime you want. There's no charge time needed. So the way you use those moves is very different. A flash kick is something, once you have charged it up, you can perform that a lot quicker than a DP. But there is that 60 frame startup, which usually in a fighting game is a whole second. One whole second, 60 frames is a lot of time in a fighting game. 60 frames can make the difference between losing or winning a match. And the reason sorry, go ahead.
Quick hot take. Like I think you said that Hungrybox said it's universally
or colloquially agreed. I think
locally agreed in the Smash community. I guess.
Yeah, I'll look up the tweet.
That a Shoto in Smash is anyone from a fighting game, right?
Oh, actually, Hungrybox.
That's a Smash context, right? Yeah. This is Smash context. So it's Shoto. It could be that, right? But they use the glossary from the FGC, but the FGC also says Smash is not FGC. So why are we being worked up on it?
People who say that are kind. I don't know. I don't agree with that. But I went and checked out Hungrybox's Twitter page. He actually took the L on this. He went because we have the wonderful glossary that Infil made for us, and he took the L. I can't find the tweet. He probably deleted it. I did see a screenshot of it. But he said he made like a screenshot from the glossary, and he actually told on Twitter like, "Okay, I'm here to bring peace to Smash FG houses. I have sat and educated myself. Ryu and Ken are Shotos. Fireball Shoryu Tatsu. Kazuya is a Mishima. Dash style and electric Godfist. Terry is his own fighter. Is not a Shoto. Thank you, FGC glossary." That is a direct quote from Hungrybox's Twitter.
If I'm being honest, I just don't think. I just don't care. All I know is that these FGC characters that come into our game have auto turnarounds and require no skill. So here's the thing.
What?
I want you guys to know that these, like, I don't know, like calling Ryu or Ken or Shotos, cool. Terry's not a Shoto, Kazuya's not a Shoto. I know this, but like, basically we are just grouping these type of characters. Like, Ryu, Ken, and Terry are currently the only characters in Smash with like a 70 character roster that have the auto turnaround. So, and like canceling specials in the air and shit. Like, no character has this in the game. So they're just basically referring to them. Yeah, fair enough. I agree. If we're part of the fighting game community, which I think we are, we should know. I agree.
I do think Smash does belong to the FGC.
Yeah,
but I would not be annoyed if you said Smash is different from the FGC because
it's still part of the FGC.
Okay, I think that take is kind of dumb. Because
you literally said it before the podcast, bro.
Okay, so let me. Okay, the thing is, Smash is so fucking gigantic that it has ballooned to its own thing. But when it started, it was part of the FGC. And
it still is.
It still is part of the FGC, but I do not mind people calling it separate from the FGC because of how fucking gigantic it is. So I think both points are valid.
In that context, yeah.
But then again, people keep calling Smash a fighting game. Then if Smash is a fighting, I do agree. Smash is a fighting game. You can have whatever opinion you want on that as well. If you think Smash is a party game, I mean, I play Smash when I want to have fun, but I'm not gonna call it a party game.
I play Tekken when I want to have fun. Does it make it a fun game?
No, Tekken isn't fun. Tekken is
fun.
pain.
Ever played Ranked, baby? Ever played Ranked? Nah, bro. Like, bro, we're gigantic, but like, let's be real. We use the same terminology. We fall under a lot of like. If you don't call Smash a fighting game, or at least part of the FGC, I'm not sure where like your head is. Like, not to be
Dave, you got called out.
Like, bro, all I'm saying is that like we're just. Oh, I don't mean to be mean, but like I'm just saying that we're like.
It's not a dumb. I think it's a little
built different.
Yeah, we're just built different, but I think it's a little. I think it's a little ignorant because
I'm gonna be mean a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
So
Devil's
Smash is fighting. Omni, is Smash a fighting game?
Yes.
Okay, so FGC is fighting game community.
Yes.
Is Smash part of the FGC?
No.
Why not?
Because most people who identify themselves as Smash players don't identify themselves as part of the FGC.
That is a valid point.
Smash
Actually, that's
is
a
a
point.
fighting game. I would say I'm not part of the FGC because fuck all those people, right?
What?
But I do.
Ooh.
I would say I'm part of the European Dragon Ball Fighters community.
Did you see what C4 just said? Yeah. Get in it.
Yo, C4, I made the voice channel bigger, so if you want to hop on, it's always open.
You can hop on. You can hop in for this, C4. But that's my stance on it. So you can do whatever you want. But if you're gonna group a bunch of games and say like, if you play this game, you are part of the community, then Smash by definition has to be part of FGC because it's a fighting game. If you want to exclude Smash, then call it the traditional fighting game community.
I think that's a good term.
Yeah, and like then you can also like say that Dragon Ball FighterZ is not a part of the FGC because it's like anime fighters. All right, then we have BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball FighterZ, and then we have
Melty Blood, stuff like that.
Yeah, the traditional fighting game.
I did say before the podcast that anime fighters are their own separate class of the FGC.
But Smash is as a own separate class as well.
But Street Fighter is as well. Then you can basically, because this thing is, I mean, the FGC as a community is one giant community. But I know a lot of people that, because I mostly play like versus style games. So that is your Marvels and your Dragon Balls. And now I've branched into like quote unquote anime fighters with Guilty Gear. I know people in like the Dutch FGC that don't touch any of those games. They only play King of Fighters. That's all they play.
Yeah.
So they are part of the king. They are part of the KOF community, which is a part of the FGC. So the FGC is like this giant encompassing term that includes like a bunch, like a big amount of smaller sub communities that play their own games. And there is crossover between those two communities, especially when Dragon Ball came out. It was like in the middle because all of the other fighting game communities were like, okay, Dragon Ball's fucking hype. And it had like, I think Dragon Ball had like the biggest overlap with Smash. Like, yeah, in terms of overlaps, a lot of people that played Smash gave Dragon Ball a chance. And people like Leffen got to top 16 on like major tournaments, like top 8 sometimes.
Right.
But then again, Leffen just plays a lot of different fighting games, and the thing is as well with Smash players, they just play Smash and they don't care about other fighting games.
Well, I play other fighting games.
Yeah, but you are. I think you're a minority.
Yeah, I'm a minority. But like, how I want to describe it the best is like, basically, I don't know if you guys can agree, like, see it as I see it, but like the best way you can look at it, in my opinion, is like, all right, see it as like fighting game community is your dad, right? Basically,
Right.
all the fighting games have the same dad, but they have a different mom.
Damn,
So
I want to be
even
the
though,
dad. I want to be
So the FGC is like a giant harem.
even though,
Yes, right.
even though you have a different mom, you still carry your dad's last name, unless you're a bastard.
So
the thing
everyone
is,
is just a brother from
Someone
another
saying-
mother.
Someone saying
Everyone
is-
here-
So Smash is the bastard child of the FGC.
no.
Oh, Azrael, you definitely opened a can of worms with that analogy.
Why did I do that? Why did I do that?
But
No,
I do see kind of what you're coming from. Like it's basically like FGC is like a giant encompassing term, but it's the same. It's the same as like with like shooters. Like in between shooters, you have like Call of Duty style shooters, you have Halo style shooters, then you got the Battlefield type shooters, and you got like the
Overwatch,
the Overwatch, the team shooters, but you also got the hyper realistic simulation shooters. And then you got like the survival shooters. And because there's a lot of different sub-community, but if I say I play Call of Duty, I play like Borderlands, those are shooters. But if another guy says, yeah, I play shooters, he plays fucking Halo and Destiny. That's two different. Those are completely different, but they're also shooters.
And I say I play shooters, and I play TF2 and like I don't know.
I mean, but it is a shooter. Do you shoot a gun? Yes.
I think we're going to miss out on one argument that I do remember from, I believe, C4 and Dunk and RMZ. I'm not sure if it was them, but I think they mentioned it. And that was that, like, usually fighting games have like these grassroots kind of communities backing them, and Smash doesn't have that, because Smash
that's true.
apparently has like, because it's already so big, it's not grassroots anymore because it has organization and
full
blah, blah, blah.
esports.
Sorry. If you're trying to claim that FGC is still grassroots, you are chatting utter wham. Look at Evo.
Some games.
Look at Evo. Yeah, but
but those are not those. But we know those events aren't grassroots. I think the only major that can still be considered grassroots is CEO. All the other tournaments have gone corporate as fuck, especially with. Sorry.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I think that like all of what you guys are saying it's true. I think the FGC has grown a lot. Like.
Definitely.
If there's way more money involved, you know, like, of course, in the Netherlands we still are kind of grassroots. But if you like look at like the grand scheme, like we're huge. I think we're still growing a lot. We have like Evo and like all these other tournaments, and I think like we're growing very well. And it's grown so big that even a lot of players in the Netherlands are even sponsored, just like I am. So
that's which is great, which is actually great. What I think the thing is with the fighting game community, whenever something big happens in the FGC, be it good or be it bad, a big spotlight is cast upon it.
Yeah.
And
when something happens in like the Overwatch scene, you don't hear about it as much.
Yeah, I think we've got to take hacks.
Because it's a trash game. Free on.
I agree. But the thing is, though, like, Evo, I have a very good friend of mine. Shout-outs to Will. He's great. I love you. He doesn't give two hoots about fighting games. He tried to get into Dragon Ball, but it's like, nah, motions are awkward to him, which is fine. If you have a hard time with motion...
The meme is real.
But no, for real, some people just have difficulties with smoothly putting in even in Hadoken style motion. For some people that thumb dexterity isn't there, or the finger dexterity just isn't there, and that is fine. If you have difficulty with that, that's fine. Yeah, that's
why you play hitbox.
Fucking Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. Anyway, but he doesn't. He doesn't care about fighting games. That hitbox is absolutely gas, by the way. He doesn't care about fighting games. But whenever I tell him, "Yo, Evo's this year. You want to sit down and watch Evo?" He's like, "Fuck yeah, I'm down." He loves watching fighting games. He has never played Tekken in his life. He fucking loves watching Tekken because it's so fucking fun.
To watch.
I think Tekken. What Tekken fucking executed perfectly is I went to the World Tour Finals in Amsterdam in I think 2018. It wasn't. I don't know why the fuck they chose Amsterdam of all fucking places.
Weird place.
It's a weird place. I didn't mind. All like, because I talked about with Greg, and Greg is like probably the biggest FGC veteran. Yeah, Nindo. He's a huge veteran in the NL FGC scene.
My guy.
Yeah, he's always a nice guy.
I love him.
Yeah,
shout out Nindo.
Yeah, shout out to Nindo. Like we made like a huge WhatsApp group. Yeah, we're all going to go to the Tekken World Champs. Yo, they snuck me into like the VIP booth during that event. They actually did that because they helped. Because I think the LCQ. Rick, the Hado, the guy that does Combo Breaker, he was the official TO for the LCQ for the Tekken World Tour, and they helped him out because, of course, like if you want to go find the biggest TO in the Netherlands, you look at Virgil, you look at AFK Esports. He is probably,
shout out Virgil.
Yeah, shout outs to Virgil. He's a great guy. I actually have 2 of his shirts. But yeah, shout outs to AFK Rotterdam. Virgil, you are the GOAT. He is probably the biggest FGC tournament organizer. He doesn't even fucking play a fighting game. He has never played a fighting game. He has told me that. Yeah. He has never played fighting games. He just loves organizing tournaments. But he and his like crew, Greg, other people, they helped him run the brackets for the LCQ. Because of that, they got VIP passes. And I went to them and I just chatted, and they were like, Greg was like, yo, take my badge. I will take your badge. Take my badge. Go to the lady. Put on your hat so you're like more, because I got like the special Tekken hat. I still have it. I got the special Tekken hat. I put it on so it was not recognizable. I walked to the lady and I'm like, yeah, I have a VIP. He's like, okay, come in. I just sat till I was like in a couple meters from like the champion that won. He sat like 2 rows in front of me. I think I even sat next to like JDCR and people like that.
Oh,
and
wow.
Behind me, not even kidding, behind me, Nobi was sitting just sleeping. Nobi was knocked the fuck out. That was fucking hilarious. And then what happened? Okay, this is a very like a branched off side story. There was a guy, like very shifty guy, who he jumped over like the booth rail, and the lady in front who checks the badges, she didn't see it. And he was like very creepily like moving up like into rows to like the pro players, and they were like, "What the fuck's going on?" So one of the guys from our group, I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Ria, which is like Greg's girlfriend. She's also great. She went to like she went to the lady like, "Hey, there's this guy, and we don't think he's supposed to be here." And then the lady went to all of us and asked us to show the VIP badge. And I was losing my shit because I did not have a VIP badge. Mine was still like the normal badge. But then like all the other guys I was with, they showed their badge, and then she was like, okay, y'all are cool, and I was like, oh, thank fuck.
Lucky.
But when top 8 started, I did go sit somewhere else because then by then all like the pro players were gonna sit there as well, and I didn't want to take a seat that was not rightfully mine. But throughout the pool phases, I did sit there. But yeah, that was a funny story.
Right.
But anyway, my friend Will, he loves watching fighting games, especially like, of course, Smash, because he still plays Smash. But he will watch Tekken, he will watch Dragon Ball, even Street Fighter. He will watch that because he just loves watching fighting games. And I think that is just, he doesn't care about fighting games, but he loves watching them. And I think a lot of people have that as well. They love watching Evo. There's just a bunch of people that only watch Evo. That's all they do. They only watch Evo, and
that's fine.
Yeah, and they play like 1 match of Street Fighter a year. Or they play like 1 match of Tekken a year, and when they do, they vigorously mash buttons. That's all they do.
But that's who we need, to be honest. We need like the casual. That's like literally like the reason why football, like soccer in some places, like is so big, because the average dude who watches it just likes the sport and doesn't even play it. That's who we need, and that's who we appreciate. All the people who come to our tournaments just to watch it, have a nice drink, watch the matches. I love you. Thank you so much. So, yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say. I do want to say real quick, I didn't know how long this podcast was going to go for.
We got like 20 minutes left.
Okay.
Like
because
50 minutes left.
All right, that's fine. That's good.
One thing about the whole Shoto thing, real quick.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's not what you think. I thought it was hilarious, and I made a funny tweet, and I got a lot of impressions. So good on me. I abused this. I abused the situation.
You got clout.
Twitter impressions.
You got clout.
Let me check your Twitter.
I have no followers though. It doesn't matter. But it has 2K likes. This is fine.
When Smash just saw the Kazuya reveal, I'm gonna watch this. Shoto.
Yeah, it's literally just the Endeavor from Boku no Hero is shining Shoto.
Oh, you even did the Twitter pro move in like the replies. You like shill your own thing.
Yeah, I did that as well. I was like, yo, this stuff has like 1,000 likes. Let me just shill because everyone does it.
Yo, I've seen dead.
I'm not gonna miss out on this chance.
I remember seeing like a girl who typed like who did like a tweet that blew up as well, and underneath her own tweet was like, this is my Cash App, this is my Venmo. If you want to send me money,
Yo,
I'm like, well, okay, that is smart as fuck, but kind of trashy.
Most popular tweet I ever
money,
got was like a response to a Scrub quotes.
And, yeah, I saw that. I remember that.
My pinned tweet. I think that's my pinned tweet. Because someone said on the Scrub quotes, oh yeah, people who insist on playing Smash Bros with no items on FD are not actually good at Smash because using items and navigating.
People
stages,
who yeah.
Yeah, it's actually part of the core gameplay mechanic, which is bullshit. But. And I responded with people who perform surgery in clinical environments aren't good at surgery because they're not good at navigating around the germs.
That was a good one, yeah. I like that one.
The most interactions I got from a tweet, I think, I made a tier list a while back.
That's like free likes. Make a tier list, free
Bro,
likes.
Yeah. It only had like 200 likes because it got like a bunch of criticism, but I do still stand with my tier list.
But your recent tweet about your tweet longer got a bunch of likes as well.
Yeah, but like anyway, that tier list got 300,000 views. 300,000. And the reason why is because 1 or 2 top players in the US said something about it, and then it blew up. And everyone and the mom was like, "Why is Banjo high tier?" And I was like, "God damn it! I gotta respond to everyone now." But like,
no, you don't.
No, you don't. You don't.
Once you see that, you mute that fucking thread.
I just pull a left and I block everyone. No, I'm joking.
No, I've not had tweets that blew up. I mean, I did get a lot of Twitter traffic with my Strife tournament last Friday, but that was just because people just liked the way that was done. I'm very proud of how it went, by the way. For everyone in chat, next Friday is the next Guilty Gear Strife tournament. So
that's tomorrow.
No. That's next week. Fuck you, Nick. God damn it.
Be clear about things.
Let's hope my internet fucking works this time.
I also saw. I don't know if y'all follow this Twitter account. It's Nintendo of Americans. I don't know if you know that Twitter account.
Nintendo of Americans.
That is actually fucking great. Like it's a parody account, but it uses as its avatar like actually like the Nintendo logo, so it looks really legit. It just doesn't have the check mark. But it posted a tweet about Kazuya. It's like, cool, Kazuya, a character whose powers are, checks notes, punching and kicking.
Alright, he got
sounds like a show.
Sounds like a Shoto. By the way,
where the fireball at?
Here's the other shirt. Nick has the blue one. I have the white one.
Ooh. Oh yeah, the white one is also sick. But I was afraid
you got the away shirt. Nick has the home shirt.
If it gets like too sweaty, then you might see through it. That's why I didn't buy it. Is that true or is that?
You doxed yourself. You doxed yourself.
I think the blue one has more chance of doing that.
Really?
Because this one I've played in tournament. Only one, unfortunately, because of COVID. But I played in tournament, and it was amazing. It was airy. I didn't see any sweat. Like, it was good. The quality of it is insane.
The thing is,
I love it.
I've always wanted like an esports type jersey, but there was one time I wanted to buy one when I was like there was a point in my life where I played Smite like it was cocaine. Like I needed to play Smite like every single day as much as I could.
And I was The strangest moment to me.
No, but Smite is actually like it's so much fun in compared to like other MOBAs. Because it acts like every I know this is like marketing speak, but in Smite, every single thing you do is a skill shot. There are only a couple lock-on skills in the game, but almost everything you do is a skill shot. Even melee is a skill shot. You need to aim at your enemy. Not even kidding. It's people compare it to like World of Warcraft. A lot of people that play World of Warcraft went into Smite and are actually like huge pros. But there was this team. It was Titan Esports. They were like an EU team, and I loved them. They played sick. They were like the underdog. Like at one part of the season, they were bottom, and at the end of that season, they were on the top because they made some nice adjustments.
Right.
I wanted to buy that jersey, but I did not want to buy a jersey from like a company because I don't support a company. I want to support that team. I want to support those individual people. If there was, if like, let's say, Yipes or Damascus made their own like jerseys without a esports team, like without fucking Liquid or stuff like that on it, just like completely original design with like a Damascus type a logo, maybe like maybe not his face, but maybe some reference to him. I would fucking buy that in like a jersey because I don't want to support
all time.
I don't want to support a organization. I want to support a person or a team.
Well, that's actually a very good point, and I'm actually going to take that and steal it from you.
Post it on Twitter.
Oh boy,
No,
that's cheese.
I'm going to abuse it and make money. No, I'm joking. I think it's a very.
I'll send you an invoice.
I'll buy a C4 hoodie.
Fucking yeah, let's go. But the thing is, I want an esports type jersey.
I chose violence. Just across my chest.
Someone, we need to send this clip to C4 because that would be sick.
Someone clip this and send it to C4. Yeah.
Merch ideas. You don't even have to pay us. Just give us a free shirt. That's all.
What did you want to say, Azrael?
Nothing. I promise.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Anyway, I mean, we got a couple of minutes left. Can we talk about how shitty E3 was this year?
Oh
except for fucking Nintendo.
Okay, there was a couple of good things at the Xbox conference. I will say
the Xbox fridge. The Xbox fridge.
That's sick. That's sick.
I'm getting it.
Fucking Xbox Game Pass is like the biggest value right now.
I don't know how they're doing this.
They have infinite money.
That's true. They are Microsoft.
They literally bought Bethesda. They were like, yoink, it's mine now.
The hypest thing at E3 for me, aside from the Nintendo thing, was Stalker 2. I fucking love the Stalker games. I'm huge.
Did you watch, do you know Racific on YouTube?
Name rings a bell.
He has made a couple videos about like Metro and Stalker and stuff like that.
Oh,
you should watch
I
him.
probably really like it. Yeah. I never played Metro though.
I think Nintendo, for me, fucking single-handedly saved E3.
Kazuya was too good.
Not even that. I lost my shit during the Breath of the Wild 2 reveal.
Oh, yeah.
I was screaming. Fucking
Metroid
screaming.
Really?
I don't care about Metroid, but Zelda...
Dude,
my God, dude.
Right. When they were showing the footage of the new Metroid game, it was 2D, I was like, yes, fucking finally. And then they showed the title...
Yeah,
Metroid, that has been a rumor for over a decade. People have been talking about Metroid Dread for years, and Nintendo have never commented on it. And they revealed it as Metroid Dread. I
think they're just in the joke. They were like, "You fucking want a Metroid Dread? Here is your fucking Metroid Dread. Here it is."
They actually there was the Nintendo Treehouse thing after that, and they actually were saying like, this is a concept that's 15 years old, but we never knew how to implement it. And then they saw, let me get it.
Oh, is it Samus Returns?
Then they got Samus Returns, right? This one.
Great game.
Yeah. So the studio that made this was not the original Metroid studio, but they said like, oh, they actually did things that we really liked, and now we can actually use this concept within the Metroid universe, and now Metroid Dread is actually a thing.
That is insane. I remember like where Scott the Waz, he made like a video and he mentioned like Metroid Dread, and I saw like a tweet with like that thumbnail where like Metroid Dread was displayed. He's like, this thumbnail is now outdated. Because he talked about games that were stuck in like rumor hell or development hell.
Yeah. And he's talking about Metroid Dread, and I knew about Metroid Dread long before that. Because I'm a massive Metroid fan. I've been like really into the series for many years.
I keep telling myself that I'm gonna play Super Metroid, but I still haven't done it.
It's the best game on the SNES.
I mean, I have it because I have like the Nintendo Switch like online pass, so I have it like on that thing. But there's just so many other games I want to play.
There's too many video games. But Super Metroid is the best example of like, if you want to ever make a Metroidvania or look at how Metroidvanias are done, Super Metroid is perfect. Super Metroid is perfect.
I mean, I love Dead Cells. Does that compare? I love Dead Cells
too. I love Dead Cells a little different.
It's melee based.
Yeah, but Dead Cells is also randomly generated.
That's true.
Metroid is a Metroid? Damn, dude.
Dude, Nick, what if I told you that Metroid was a girl?
Metroid is a girl.
Well, actually,
she's a bird.
Samus is a girl. Metroid is a creature.
Get wrecked.
I got wrecked.
Clip that.
But Nick, what if I told you Zelda was a girl?
Nah.
No, Zelda's the girl.
Sheik is a girl.
Yeah, isn't Zelda the main character that saves the princess?
Yeah.
Oh.
And Sheik's a guy, right?
Oh, I'm so triggered.
We choose violence.
Dude, I recently had to like. Okay, so my girlfriend, like she doesn't play any games when like the title doesn't say Tomb Raider. She doesn't care about games unless it says like Tomb Raider or Lara Croft. Those four words are very important to her, which is nice. Tomb Raider is a sick franchise. Wasn't as good as it was back in the day, but still decent games.
You don't like the modern Tomb Raider games?
I think they're boring. They're a little boring to me. Their design is very dated, but that's a different discussion. Anyway, my girlfriend saw me playing Breath of the Wild one day, and I think Breath of the Wild is one of those games you can just pick up every year and play from start to finish and have a completely different experience every single time you play it. Of course, maybe not a completely different, but you're going to have a different experience. All right, the key points will be the same. Like, Divine Beasts are the same. But let me finish, please. Thank you. But she saw me riding a horse in that game. And she has like her own horses, and she was like, I want to try that game. And now she loves Zelda. And she was like, but we got a Sheik mask from the Sheik amiibo. Who the fuck is Sheik? Sheik is Zelda. What? Yeah, Sheik is just Zelda, but ninja and disguised.
Yep. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's that. Disguised bodysuit, Sheik, yeah, ninja. It's Zelda.
And most importantly, a woman.
Yeah. A lady.
No, I was going to say this about Breath of the Wild. You'll have a different experience every time, but I've played Breath of the Wild 3 or 4 times now. I think it gets worse every time I play it. I think that that game is so flawed. That game is not perfect by no means. I don't
know about Twitter mob is coming for you, bro.
I'm not going to say.
Be real.
I mean, no game is perfect. There is no game is perfect unless you're called Borderlands 2. Your game is not perfect.
Let's be real. Breath of the Wild 2 is just a Genshin Impact ripoff, man.
Hey, bro.
Speaking about Twitter,
getting too hard. I'm trying to not get cancelled, people. I have a sponsor I have to present.
No,
you too, Nick. You can't do this.
But okay, so the thing is,
Link is a show, though.
All right, so I'm gonna make this point, and then we have to end the show. Okay. No game is perfect, and I was joking. Borderlands 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, but it's not perfect, not in the slightest. The thing is, the reason why I still would give Breath of the Wild actually 10 out of 10 is because the game is so good in the things that it does that I am allowed to look past the tiny shortcomings it has. I mean, there are some things in Borderlands 2 I cannot get behind. Like the way that certain guns are like actually they make your experience worse. Some guns hurt you instead of the other way around. I don't have problems with that with Zelda, with Breath of the Wild. There are some from here to sometimes there's like frame drops in like when you get into like the Great Deku Tree, your frame rate fucking tanks like 10 FPS or something. That is annoying. But I'm willing to look past that because every single time I drop into Hyrule, there's something new I discover in that game. Of course, the new games. I mean, the new stuff is gets smaller every time I play because I mean, there's only a finite things amount in the game.
I mean,
But even now, I've finished the game. Oh, whoops, my bad. Even though I finished the game like 4 or 5 times by now, I still, if my girlfriend asks, "Hey, you want to play Zelda?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'm down." I'm always down to play. I'm always down to play Breath of the Wild.
I have a lot of issues with the game mechanically. I think that the game really. I mean, I will agree with you on the game being perfect at what it's trying to achieve on its first play on your first playthrough.
Even on your second, I would say even on your second.
On my second, I was noticing every tiny little flaw, but I'm just like that. I'm very.
You're nitpicking.
No, I'm not nitpicking. I was like, okay, but what is the whole point of the cooking mechanic if it's ruined by one ingredient? What is the whole point of this entire mechanic built into the game if you can just be like, oh, I'll put one hearty durian and it restores all my health, and I'll just do that over and over again until I have about 100 hearty stews until I never have to worry about like my health ever again. Mm-hmm. How about if I can teleport out of? Oh no, I'm in danger. I can just teleport away to a tower.
Okay, so one thing I still question about like with like the slime monsters, the choo-choo jellies. Yeah. Why the fuck can you not throw them?
Because it's slime, bro. It's in a slime. They just go. If you try to pick one up, you go.
But yeah, I think I see that Azrael and Nick are kind of zoned out. Like,
yeah,
this is.
I was thinking I had a good question for Azrael to maybe close this out because I saw a tweet that you were doing a lot for the Dutch Smash community, right? You try a lot. That's the reason why you stick with Dutch Cheese instead of another sponsor, I believe, because you want to support the Dutch community.
Yes.
What do you think is necessary for the Dutch Smash community to grow more? What is the thing that you're missing currently? The biggest one?
First thing is I need fucking COVID to end. That's one.
Of course.
There we are.
But what we need the most, I think what we need right now is the game to finish in its DLCs. Like aside from the community, I'm gonna go a little bit broad here. So we need the game to finish first. We need the DLC to get out of the way. We need it all gone. We need the patches. We need the game to be kind of finalized in its last stages of like being patched. And from that point, I feel like we should mostly focus on becoming as getting consistent tournaments throughout the week, throughout the months. And what we also need is that we need to become corporate as fuck. That's what we need. Mm-hmm. We need to try to get more official sponsors. You will probably know that even Dutchies is working on that. We're trying to get more legit every single year. We're trying to get better every single time. What we need, like for example, MCon is another prominent Dutch esports company, and I respect them a lot. They have like a sponsor with Juice. Juice is not really that big, but it's like Juice Energy. And I feel like we need to, but like they're not the biggest, but we need to accept that like we're at FGC, we're a community, and if we can like become more legit in a sense, we can get more people into our community, make ourselves bigger. And aside from that, we do not want to become like the France Smash community. I respect them a lot. I love them. I will go to their tournaments, but they are hard focused on France.
That's true.
I think we should, even though we should work on ourselves, definitely, we should also travel to other European countries. For some people, that's a lot of money. I understand, but I too want to like, with my Dutchish like sponsor, I want to go to the US, go to Evo, show my face there, maybe even do very well. We need to make ourselves as big as possible by just not only hosting events, going to events, but just appreciating the game, supporting your favorite player, supporting your favorite team. And right now, unfortunately, a lot of players or like community, new people that have come into our community said that they haven't had a very pleasant experience with coming into it, and I wholeheartedly disagree with their standpoint. With like, they use very specific things that have happened online as well, that that just don't represent us. We have been here for so many years. We've referenced Virgil. Virgil has many times like used his money and his savings to buy so many Switches, DLCs. Man, this guy has gone out of his way for what? For us. For
I think he unlocked every
know?
single character in the game like 16 times for every single console.
What I'm trying to say is you should be grateful, man. Look at the other communities who have a game. They have like one tournament a month. We Smash 4, or no, Smash Ultimate at its prime before COVID once had like 4 tournaments a week. We're like getting close to US level with tournaments. That's huge. We have a guy who lends his Switches and his TVs for a very nice price, so you can host your own tournaments.
Yeah. He actually does that.
It's an actual joke. It's a joke that they say that it's a bad, like that we haven't been open. We are inviting these players. We are having an open online league that is being hosted by many figureheads. Yeah, Snow. That's being hosted. It makes me like angry that they're so entitled. Like, please, we are probably the biggest. I would say the biggest active community in the Netherlands who has offline events.
Smash and Tekken have the most active communities.
Yeah. I respect Tekken, but like we are the biggest.
Yeah,
There's no doubt.
It's Smash 1 and then Tekken
FIFA.
second. Yeah.
Yeah. We have even a FIFA in this country. FIFA offline. We're most definitely bigger than they are. They need a new game every single year to stay relevant.
Yeah.
FIFA offline. That's cool.
FIFA is huge in the Netherlands. It's actually insane how big FIFA is in the Netherlands.
It's huge here, dude. It's huge here.
Yeah. I respect them. I love esports in every single way. But I'm trying to say this community is insane for how big the Netherlands is. And please respect it and acknowledge it. And please work with us so we can grow together.
Yeah, but I think this gets a good point to close the show because we are on time right now. Exactly. So, before we go though, it's hashtag always be plugging. So, Dave, aka Omni, aka Hecky, where can we find you?
You know where to find me. Follow me on Twitch as well. Same thing as down there. Do chess streams every now and again, and just vibe music and chess.
Nice, Nick. Where can we find you?
You see my Twitter tag as well on the screen. Is at @NickVee. It's like I'm blowing a little kiss at you. And you can also I want to shout out Damascus's YouTube channel because I did edit a video for him recently.
Was it the
School Schmicks?
How to learn School Schmicks?
Yeah, School Schmicks episode 1. I edited that.
Nice.
So please check that out. Damascus on YouTube.
Nice. That's kind of cool. And last but not least, of course, Azrael. Where can we find you?
You can find me on so many places. Mainly, you can find me on Cloud Azrael on Twitter. You can find me at probably every Dutch Smash offline tournament. I don't have other. Yeah, I do have an Instagram. It's my name, but then the O is a 0 Sonar and then lower dash, and that's me. Aside from that, just you can find me on probably some. Just don't go against me, or else I'll laugh at you. I'm joking. Thank you so much for watching. And
thank you for being here, man. And of course, because I am the owner of the show, I get to shill as much as I want. But there's only one thing I want to shill. All right. Follow me on Twitter. But if you're watching, you probably already do. For those who don't know, just put it in the chat. Trash TalkerZ Guilty Gear Strife EU PC Tournament Series is going on. We have a GG Guilty Gear Strife PC EU tournament every other week. It's free to sign up. There will be a Matcherino link as well. I am currently in talks with Matcherino to get partners so we get our own codes. So that would be pretty sick. And yes, Jonesy, hit me up in the Discord if you want comms. We also have an open mic. I upped the cap of players from 16 to 32, so more people can answer. And if you want to get a seat on the commentary, feel free to hit me up on either Twitter or on Discord, because we do have an open mic for commentary on the Trash Talkers, Guilty Gear, Strife.
We love new commentators.
We love new commentators, because I know that the comms waiting list for Gears at War for C4's event is very long. But yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to close the stream, otherwise my girlfriend's going to get mad at me. So good night, everyone. Thank you all for watching. And have a good night, all. Peace.
Bye-bye.